Yo. Yeah. Set up out here in my cave. Sit back and holler at y'all real fast. A second. Yeah. Ooh, that hot. Wait till a couple people tap in. Give me a second. Yeah, give me 1 second. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Peace. Everybody on this late night, man. We have a little conversation with everybody before we get prepped up for our DAP class tomorrow. I'm going to be illuminating this science in here. I've been telling more. It's just going to tell on all of them. I said it. And if our guests came to the lecture and been our private guests, and all they gave is a $20 donation, they'd get this. I told y'all. I'm prepping for our ADAPT class tomorrow, and we're going to be going over this history, the One World Tartarians. And everybody that donated $25 will get this book. Everybody. So I'm just waiting for a couple people to log on, man. We're going to kick the ballistics. No man, no tipper can nationalize you or denationalize you. That status correction shit is fraud. I'm going to continue to tell these more this over and over and over. Because our people are lost due to a lack of knowledge. Because they refuse to learn. They think this is about getting some piece of paper. That's what these Moors think this science about. They think this is about some status correction shit. That's what they really think this is about. That's what these Moors think this science about. Some paper pushing. I mean, that ain't how this go, man. Can't no man sitting at home on the internet nationalize you or denationalize you. Any paper you get from somebody off the internet, you have wasted your time. And it ain't changed you from shit. I promise you that. I promise you that. I don't care what none of these clowns say on the internet. I don't care what piece of paperwork you get with some dumbass seal on it. That shit don't mean nothing. Man, none of that shit mean nothing. No man, no grandman, no temple can nationalize you or denationalize you. That 1010 number ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. Them zodiac laws from some CMB, that ain't shit. That ain't no law paper. That ain't nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Expatriating from the de facto government. Then who do you have allegiance with? No one. No one. No one. No one. These more talk about status correction, what the prophet taught. Ain't nobody taught that shit. I don't teach that bullshit. That's all these Moors want is a stack of papers. They don't want to learn nothing. They don't want to learn how to be better. They don't want to learn about finances. They don't want to educate. They don't want to educate their children. They don't want to do nothing. All they want is some fucking paper. That's all these goofy Negroes want on the internet that come around me. And I'm going to cuss their ass out every time. Dude, this ain't for that. But if you want all that, go back on the internet. You'll find it. Go back on the internet. You'll find exactly what you're looking for. Because right here, this ain't it. You want somebody to sell you some bullshit? You'll find them on the internet. You thinking somebody can status correct you? You really think that? You think somebody can declare your nationality and have due process for you? You really think that? That's why I tell these Moors, they better go on. They grown criminals. Why do grown men all of a sudden think that more science is a get out of jail free card? Why? And then don't want to admit where they getting that dumb shit from. They ain't getting that shit from the temple. They lying. They're not getting that shit from no teachings. I go over this shit over and over. All on my YouTube page, I went over that shit over and over and over. And still, Moore's doing the same thing. I want a status correction. And nigga, like the prophet didn't say that shit. Don't you know what your national name is? Annexing your elevate to your name. I mean, these Moors think somebody you met on the internet, some bum with a fez on, can claim your nationality with some paperwork they copy and paste. You really think that, don't you? And Moors really think that be making videos like that shit means something. That shit don't mean nothing. None of that shit mean nothing. You're not no foreign national. How are you a foreign national? What do you have allegiance with? What makes you a Moorish American? Because your goofy ass was born here with Moroccan African descent. Where's your dual citizenship at? Not with no Moorish Science Temple, and not with no dumbass plate with Noble Drew Ali on it. Noble Drew Ali ain't the national of this. Noble Drew Ali is a Moorish fucking American, born here in America. Noble Drew Ali wasn't no fucking foreign national. Noble Drew Ali was a born American. Every car they had, they drove. They went to school. These niggas ain't following no fake ass sovereign citizen paper and no more sovereign fake ass stack of goofy shit. These niggas went out here acting like they some goddamn Sharifian officer, some goofy ass Moorish counselor. None of that shit. Only Negroes get played like that. Do you see the European Jews doing all that shit? Oh, I gotta do this, do this, do this. No, it's a whole bunch of Negroes. That's why I told y'all. Man, I ain't got time for nobody playing around. And acting stupid. Getting themselves in trouble. That's what these grown men want. Oh man, I want to claim my nationality and status correct, like the prophet said. The prophet didn't say. They don't even understand the language when they say status correction. They don't even know. They don't even know. They just hear that shit and run with it and get their ass handed to them. You can find all that criminal shit on the internet. You can find just what you're looking for on the internet. If you want to get got, you can get got. keep telling people you want to, I want to nationalize, you want to ID. You will find a criminal to do that shit for you, and then they gonna disappear like breadcrumbs, like Hansel and Gretel, cause that shit fake. And I've been telling y'all this shit for fucking years, and grown men still do that shit. Grown men still do this dumb shit. They still jump in my cipher and then leave emails and texts to my muftis. Oh yeah, I want to claim my nationality and status correct. And I say, man, all my muftis should know better than that. That's criminal shit. All the time, a person been following me, and I said, you haven't done your due diligence on me? All the lectures that I done did, Moore's confused on navigation. Told you about the 1010 and ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. Told you nobody can nationalize you and denationalize you. Show you that from history, from proof, from science. Show you that those IDs is nothing for the temple, and more still on that shit. I tell these Moors, annexing your L or your Bay to your name is not going to change your criminal status. You still will be a criminal with your L and your Bay. Your social security number follow your goofy ass all over. I don't give a fuck if you put Alibaba and the 70 fucking thieves at the end of your name. If any crime you committed, you still gonna get charged for those crimes. I don't give a fuck if you got an L and a Bay on your name. What the fuck that mean? That mean you just disappeared from the face of the earth? See, that's what these criminals want. I know these criminals. They be criminals and they already be criminals. And then they say, oh, I can claim my L and Bay and this shit go magically disappear. Well, I'm telling you right now, you wasting your fucking time. And if you want to do all that, you don't need me to do that. Go down there to the motherfucking Social Security office and do that shit. Go to the motherfucking DMV, do the shit that you say you need. Don't say the prophet told you to do that shit. You take your punk ass down there and do that shit. Not knowing what trumps this shit. That's why I be saying Negroes steady begging. Negroes steal somebody think they can make them something. That's that slave shit. So you think that me, a sheep, that know who that he is, and I'm gonna have you do something that I tell you don't mean shit on that level. Because you don't want to learn the true teachings of proclaiming, declaring, and having due process. Because you don't want to learn the true teachings of being a part of a tribe, and having a tribal leader. You don't want to do that. You want to go beg some motherfuckers and beg them to tell them what you are. But you don't know, you got to tell a motherfucker who you are for the goddamn record. That's what I be telling these clown ass niggas. I want to go do this. If it's their shit, why it matter? You're supposed to have your own registry. They ain't nothing but the holder of your records. That's all that shit is. When I break the 10-10-99 down, you the fuck tell me who you are. You don't need their paperwork to tell you who they are. You tell me who you are. If not, you don't understand this shit. You don't understand how the temple is set up. You don't understand what the 1099 is. You don't understand what the county clerk or recorder of deeds were, just holder of the records, who we say we are for public record. You don't understand it, and these people clearly haven't been paying attention. Clearly, that's why I said, man, Negroes do not pay attention. Negroes do not read. Anybody that's a criminal, they want to be a criminal. Because I break this shit down too many times. How can anybody come deal with me and jump in my cipher and been following me for years, come to me talk about nationalizing and status correction and do all this? You know better than that. If not, you getting that shit from somebody, and I ain't got that shit for you. You can't buy shit from me. I don't have that shit to sell. I keep telling these goofies. I keep telling these men this shit over and over. These motherfucking criminals. Then they want to get mad and get hard. Man, I don't give a shit. I don't know. You can go back to the place where the fuck you came from. I tell people this shit all day. You got to be all the way right with me. Ain't no such thing as no gangster Moors or no criminal Moors or no halfway right. We all the way right. It ain't shit that I can do. I can't make all your criminal shit disappear. You got to face that and be a man. And the old becomes new. You got to handle that shit. These Moors be willing to not pay child support, thinking they finna cancel corporate debt. Man, your child support is a civil case. Your baby mama did that shit. I don't give a fuck if you L or babe. Nothing disappeared. These Moors think that shit gonna disappear when they say L or Bay. That's what these clowns think. They think they some sovereign citizens. That's an oxymoron. You can't be a sovereign and a citizen at the same time. This shit is child's play. Nobody can be mad at what I'm saying. I'm saving people's lives, no matter how you feel about it. You're not a sovereign and a citizen. You're not a fucking foreign national. If you a foreign national, show me who you got allegiance with. Right now, you can't. Them papers don't mean shit. No goofy ass plate with Noble Ali and more on it don't mean you're a foreign national. That shit's stupid. Your punk ass been right here. And when you expatriate from this so-called de facto government, you know what your ass is? A domestic terrorist. Right here at home. I show this shit all the time. I tell people, I try to save people's lives. The power that be say, hey man, save them. But if you can't save them, they will go to jail. I show y'all the 2022 domestic terrorist list. I've been showing that. I'm done showing people. I'm gonna start telling y'all these people real names and showing y'all where they at and showing y'all these fucked up cases and showing y'all they going to court by jury trial and showing y'all these motherfuckers done skip bail. Show you that they lost their jobs, that they wives, and then they was on Section 8. And then when you're on Section 8, you're getting paid by the government. And when you talk all that shit overthrowing the government, shit, you messed up women's Section 8 up. Talking that the government shit, and you on Section 8. Welfare paying all your motherfucking bills. Welfare paying your electricity. Welfare, getting food stamps, all that shit. All that bullshit. You want to talk about this and that. And then your kids go to public school and don't teach them shit, but jump on here talking about you some motherfucking foreign national. Well, how you a foreign national and your kids ain't? So you got kids, and you a foreign national, but your family ain't. So if you're a foreign national, we just ship you back to where you from, if that's what you say. That goofy shit. Y'all ain't thinking, man. And not thinking will get you locked up and mess your whole life up. I start showing, I'm telling you, these Moors be on the run. They be bail jumpers. They be looked at as communists. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. A lot of these motherfuckers done did so much fuck shit, they done gotten this Moor science shit to get people in trouble. That's what they have to do. And nobody not catching these people real name. I said, dude, if I tell y'all people these real names and see how long they rap sheet is, it'll blow your mind. We ain't talking about no past. Everybody got a past. I ain't talking about no past. I'm talking about when you got this more science and all that fake ass shit got people in trouble. That's what I'm saying. I ain't talking about no youthful indiscretion or when you was young and all. I don't care about that shit. I'm talking about anything that you promote as an adult and you call it some more science and people done got in trouble. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. When you going around telling people you can nationalize them and they some sovereign citizens and they some goddamn Moors sovereigns, that's some goofy shit. That's some goofy shit. That's some goofy nigga shit. Flat out. That's some European shit. That's some I want to overthrow militia type shit. I'm telling you. It is. And if you don't think that, you crazy. You'll listen to somebody on the internet like that's all law because they just spewing a whole bunch of shit. And that's all it is. It's a whole bunch of shit. I don't respect that shit. I don't respect no teaching that got people locked up. I don't respect that shit. And then try to say, well what? Well what? Because people be trying to tell a little bit of truth and then they act like they got the power to do some shit. Tell you to go get some motherfucking silver notes and write the motherfucking provost marshal and all this goofy shit and don't even know that you might be in the right to work state. And you get your ass walked out your job. I'm telling you, man, these people be poor as hell. And it's nothing honorable being poor and broke. I don't care. And it ain't nothing to brag about because you're rich. But man, that poor science shit, man, And just a whole bunch of people talking about a whole bunch of terms, book terms, and Black Laws Dictionary this. And like it's a whole bunch of motherfucking street motherfucking so-called what we call it legal representatives, but ain't getting nobody out of jail. How can I got more European colleagues at a part of the scholars roundtable that studying law that got people out of jail than these goofy ass Negroes on the internet talking about they some goddamn lawyers and people be calling these Negroes doctors. And I say, well, how many people they got out of jail with all the law shit they know? How many cases they done did and then show these people these cases? How many Chicago law review cases that they know? See, man, I ain't even gonna go there. These motherfuckers ain't shit. When I talk about real shit, you ain't gonna know no clue. Give a fuck about no goddamn black laws. When I break down Chicago law review and all the volumes, especially a lot of what prisoners be need in the live library, which I do all the time, and I show real shit, how to do real shit, not no fake ass shit. We got time for that. We got time for that, man. And that's what I tell us. If you got time for that to be hustle and sham, that means you got hustle, and shammed on your face. And you don't want to take the time to learn. You one of those people that want a card. You one of those people that want an ID card from somebody and thinking that's gonna make you something. You one of those people that want that shit to pull it out and say, look. You one of those people that think you don't. Oh man, I'm gonna do this and I don't got to pay child support, or I don't have to pay rent or do this and all that. You one of them. You one of them people. You one of them people that's gonna meet somebody on the internet, and instead of doing what's right, but you know what's right, you're gonna spend your money getting a whole bunch of goofy ass stacks of papers from somebody. And then go around talking about this, we more man. That ain't got nothing to do with restrictions and laws. And then breaking down and start talking about all this shit. I said, dude, I promise you. And then these brothers be having so much passion with that shit. And I said, if you got passion with like that, you should have passion with learning and understanding and correcting yourself. You should have that much passion and teaching your children and building something real instead of just your passion is to drive around with no license. That's all these grown ass, retired ass Negroes think more science is driving without no license. So if a motherfucker say, hey, Noble such and such, we got this job trucking, man. We just want to make sure you get your CDL, whatever. We want to pay you $500,000 a year to just take this back to here and there. Oh, I'm a Morris American, man. I ain't doing it. That shit, man, miss me. And then you're going to go to the government and try to file some fake papers to get some shit free. Be filing fake ass PPP loans to try to defraud the government. Like you got companies and shit that defrauding the government, trying to get some free shit. A workman is, man, a man that don't work don't eat, and a workman is due his hire. That's why I said all these motherfuckers want to file some shit to get something free. This is bums. That's why I said this is some bum shit. Period. Every adult know that's some bum shit. More be saying they go to the temple. I said, well, what temple you go to? What temple you go to? They just be talking. What temple you go to? Because if you go to any temple, then your sheep know what the hell I'm talking about. If not, then he's limited or she's limited in their ability, and they know that. And that should be no slap to them. That should be like, man, well, it's another level we need to get. We need to introduce ourselves to this brother. But we won't even do that. That's the stupid shit about us. We want to be the only one. I said, dumb, you should want to be anywhere where wisdom is at. Especially if you leading the people. If not, you stupid. That's what I love about my European colleagues. How can I go teach them? And my own people don't let me teach them. Fucking sad day. Tomorrow private, I'm going over this whole book. I told Morris they could get this for $20. I'm about to go over this whole book tomorrow. Break it down. And then if you go on my Instagram page, which is Morris Haberdasher and Angelani Morris Book Club, I break down all the books that these people have been talking about forever. All the old Jewish books that tell the truth. I have them all. I don't have to talk about public opinion. Been doing this shit forever. I have all the research. To lay it out, I can take my teeth out and you can get on the titty. I'm using an analogy. And go step by step. And remove all the anger, remove all the hate. Because I'm going to use their literature. I did this in academia at Grand Canyon University with my oral dissertation when I got my dual master's degree. I did my oral dissertation and my written dissertation, debunking Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. I had everybody sitting on their hands. I had professors come from all over. All over. I use day books. Every one. I use that shit in the line. Like, I hear what you're saying, but I have all this shit and I study it. I know my culture. I know where I'm from. I don't need nobody on the internet. My family culture. I'm culture. I've been a divine minister before this Moore Science. I've been teaching before this. I've been traveling on my own dime before this. I got so many CDs, the lecture, that when I used to be in the churches and things, talking to my people and mentoring kids and taking kids to basketball camps, my own dime, filling backpacks up, my own dime. Not trying to tell nobody what they are and who nobody, or tell them who or what they're not. That ain't my energy. I focus on telling the kids who they are from historical aspects, from the things that they try to erase in history, and I break it down. And then I give it to them. I build their library. I show them how words are synonymous, how it has synonyms, and I show them linguistics. So when they can see words and they can pull that shit out. And when so-called Black history come, my children and my family children that got kids talk about real history, that they goddamn teacher's gonna be like, I know you being homeschooled. Yeah. My kid's gonna be able to write an APA format, gonna be able to do peer-reviewed scholarly research. Gonna be self-disciplined. That's what I teach. Gonna understand finances. Understanding how to break that money down in threes or fifths. And one of the main things is charity. If you say you a Jew, just like, man, when I talk about things, man, and I try to show people, man, we give other people so much credit, like the so-called Jewish tradition, when they do the so-called turkey twirl, and they do it, the chicken twirling. So they do it 3 times. Man, that come from the indigenous people, Bantu, Yoruba, all over there in the African continent. They call it different names, Oro, all different type of names. Like, none of that shit is historical. And I show y'all in the books, when they talk about the king didn't like their religion, the Khazars with a C. I can use their literature. I use the Jewish encyclopedias. I break this shit down from a key and let this shit be like, it's no biasness. And then the historical aspect, and then it's masonry, what I say, man, stop giving credit to other people. If all this science and all this history, we say this belongs to this and the other, then why would you be afraid of your science? Then why would you all of a sudden throw that shit back on yourself? And when one of your brothers is illuminated and know the science and anointed and consecrated, you try to belittle it, but give it all the credit to the European. And that shit ain't nothing but elementary wisdom. That shit ain't nothing but snowman wisdom. That ain't nothing but in meteorology when water freezes. 32 and 33 degrees of wisdom is just snowman wisdom. In meteorology, that's when water freezes. The snowman wisdom. And every true scientist knows it. I don't care what color they are. We perish for the lack of knowledge because we are stiff-necked people. Because we act like we so smart, but then don't want to be educated and illuminated. And we just want some paper. And I say, man, you got to tell me what piece of paper from some man you met on the internet going to do for you. I ask these people this shit all day. I said, what, when you so-called status correction, and when you so-called do this and all that, what have you done? Because tell me what special you got to do to annex your L and Bay to your name. What special appearance? What you got to do with me to annex your L and Bay? I ask Morris this all day. I want to play. I said, what I got to do? What I got to do? I said, see, that's the problem. Proclaiming, declaring, have due process. Morris ain't even have balls enough to wear their fez to work on the job in the military, which the law state. But you want some ID card. What you going to do, pull it out? So when I ask Morris, annex your L and Bay to your name, what they got to do with me? I'll wait. Because I teach you this. I said, you want to be educated for you can feel good about it, for you can teach your kids, for you can stand strong on it, for you can put it out in history books, for you can teach your mother, your father, to let you know what you're doing, not in no way. That's what I'll be asking a person. What can I do or How do I have the right to tell you who you are and who you not when it comes to annexing your L in the bay? What I have to do with that? What do I have to do with that? I throw that shit back on people. Oh well, and correcting my birth certificate. Correcting your birth certificate how? Because see, more talk about changing, and you ain't got to change nothing. Your verbiage is already off. So when you changing something, that means you got to change. So what you got to change? So then I'm gonna start breaking it. What you got to change? See, your vernacular is already off. You don't even want to learn nothing. That's what I'm saying. A person go down there with the wrong energy, and I say, yeah, because your word is off. I can convict you with your fucking words, because you're going down there. Well, I got to change with this or correction. What you correcting? Because see, I tell people your vernacular off. How you changing something and it's still you? Everything. What you changing your social security number? You have the right to annex your L and B. You tell me who you are. Your signature. You. If you want to annex your L or your baby or driver's license, man, that ain't got shit to do with me. You want to annex your L and B on your motherfucking birth certificate? That ain't got shit to do with me. I didn't fucking birth you. Fuck you mean? I ain't got to ask nobody when I got my bachelor's degree from Clear University, my dual bachelor's degree. I asked nobody, to help me annex my bay. I annex my bay. They say, what, your name, do you have any suffix? Yep, my name Kareem Hakeem Goodman Bay. When I got my master's degree from Grand Canyon University, Kareem Hakeem Goodman Bay. What the fuck? What I'm saying. Now, the other thing, what I like religious rights and being a tribal leader and being us as a people, that's something else. But individually, you got to know who you are individually. And then we do collectively, legally and lawfully, to have our own paperwork to say who we are, to say what our nationality is, our spirituality is pertaining to religion, and do it the right way, just like the temple was set up, just like I show people how the temple was set up. I show people the state booklet, just like my muftis are. We legit. But all that other shit, man, you can't come to me with that shit, because I make this shit too fucking simple and too plain. I show you how the temple is set up. The prophet ain't did no status correction with no motherfucking body. Nowhere. No proof. People be lying. The prophet ain't did that shit. That's some new modern shit y'all got for these Negroes off the internet. And then when I correct this shit, when motherfuckers bring that shit to me, they be acting like, oh, I want a status correction and it like the prophet taught. Show me where the prophet taught that bullshit. You can't show me. They be making that up. I show you how the temple is set up. I show you if the temple in your city, you want you want your temple ID for the temple, you want your travel ID for the temple, you want your taxes ID for the temple, go to the temple and tell them you want to be a fucking member. That's all it is. And it should be just a little registration fee, because it costs, people to process shit, but that's it. Anything else is bullshit. If nationality is the order of the day, and then once you do that, that ain't nothing but a membership for the temple, for the so-called club or religious house. The next thing is to take that to the world courts. See, these is big facts. If nationality is the order of the day, but by yourself, before the prophet, before me, before a lot of people, you should proclaim, declare, have due process. And you tell a motherfucker who you are without me, without the temple. I'm just a tribal leader. What if I wasn't around? What if you didn't know me? What the fuck? You don't need me to do that. I tell these people, I say, you're not joining this school, this brotherhood for me to do that. You join this brotherhood to understand, to come to learn. And then once you learn some shit, you'll be like, wait a minute, man. I see what Sheik's saying. I'm rocking with this shit. I'm all the way in. Why? Because Sheik doing it the fucking right way. That's why. Ain't no other way I can do it. Any other way, a person can do their own thing. A person can go make some ID. You don't need me to do that. You can go get it. You can get with a company, make some ID, all that shit. Go just like these other goofy Negroes do. Make some paper saying they some this and that and the other, and they some foreign national, and tell you to do this and that and the other. Charge you $400, saying it's some international travel ID. You can find people that's doing that. Shit, I know women doing that goofy shit all on the internet. So you can find what you're looking for. I don't got that for you. I ain't the one. I don't care how nobody feel about the shit I'm saying. I don't care. I bet you it's gonna save somebody's life. I bet you that. I bet you that. I bet you I can go anywhere in front of anybody, police, judges, anything, especially in this red state. I bet you I can with no problems. When y'all see my tribe come out here, we all have our tribal coats. Watch, you see the red seat open. When we go to the Herb Museum. Watch. We going out of school, all paid for. The museum. I'm going there. I'm doing a whole presentation. I'm gonna show you that swastika don't mean an evil. I'm gonna show you a whole bunch of historical shit. Then I'm gonna start going to these museums, showing you all these maps. I'm gonna take you to the Russian Iconic Museum, the book I got from Vladimir Ivanov that people just be talking about. I'm gonna take you to the museum. People like, damn, it's a museum. Yeah, it's a museum. But I actually got the book, The Russian Icons by Vladimir Ivanov. Not no black, Russian icons. Just like David McRitchie. Y'all know who David McRitchie is, right? David McRitchie wrote Ancient and Modern Britons. He didn't call them black. He called them Ancient and Modern Britons. They were the ancient. Just like we breaking this down in the DAP class tomorrow. And everybody could have got this for a small $20 donation. He's gonna break this shit down tomorrow in our private class tomorrow. That's why I'm saying the beauty of private class, man, you get to build your library. And I break these science down. You get to come to Sunday school, just like if you're going to church, just like if you're going to the temple, and listen. Not to come in there and just post on there a whole bunch of fucking questions, because I ain't answering no whole bunch of questions about no nationalize and all that shit. I try to challenge people to use their brain to figure things out. I try to open your other brain of study to say, okay, let me see something. Not to be like, well, what if what? What if what? I ain't with the what if. I'm here to challenge you. I'm here to show you some things you might not have seen, or might not have had to touch yourself, or might saw somebody talk a paragraph, but haven't had someone to give you the information for pennies and a dollar, and then go over it, so you can touch it and read it and explore it. You don't have to go to Amazon. That's the part of what we're doing. We educating the world, man. We ain't just trying to tell nobody what to believe in and what not to believe in. That ain't my mission. My mission ain't here to try to convert you. I said I know who I am. That's it. I don't care if you a rock believer, a tree fucking believer. If you believe in truth and you believe in who you are, and you have an ultimate mission like I do, I can rock with you. Especially if you look like me. I don't let my science or my personal identity mess up my ultimate mission. Going to the highways and byways. What more science temple you gonna go to? I asked all these so-called sheiks, okay, if it's like that, tell me all the more science temples that you can go to and teach children in schools. And then all the sheiks and so-called scholars, what are schools that you go to, and the community work that you've done over the course of I just say, I don't even put it a long time, a couple years, none. How many of these educators or so-called sheiks, scholars? None. I be telling these Moors, man. I said, man, Moors they need to calm down. They're gonna get themselves in trouble. I tell these Moors all day, I said, okay, watch and see. The testosterone be all in the place. As soon as that man get behind you, you know what, man, it goes to Tyson voice. And I say, man, Moors doing things wrong and don't want to learn. I said, Moors, y'all doing stuff wrong. Y'all doing things wrong and blaming it on the temple, blaming it on talking about what the prophet taught. I said, man, you can't show me with that stuff people be saying that the prophet taught. You can't show me nowhere. You can't show me in no teachers that no prophet did no status correction. You can't show me no teachers that the prophet said to ride around with some plates, with some international foreign place. How can you be a sovereign and a citizen at the same time? How can some man nationalize you or denationalize you? And I done lectured this shit over and over in the Zoom of the Nation a plethora of times. I did this shit. Oh, that's why I said no, that people don't be listening, and that's why men go to jail, because they be mad. And I said, why you mad at me? I said, I'm your brother. I'm here to save your life. I ain't here to do nothing, no harm to you. Man, more should be like, man, thanks, Sheik, for bringing that to me. Like, thank you. I ain't here to hustle nobody. I tell people I'm from the temple. I have real degrees in life. I tell Moors, if I ask every Moor, if you think a Moor or the temple said they did some status correction and did all this and changed birth certificates, go to a Moor Science Temple of America, a real one, and see, do they do that? And I done told Moors from all over, when I show my ID, it's for the temple, that's it. My travel ID is for the temple. My tax ID is for the temple. My membership ID is for the temple. That's it. That shit don't replace nothing. That shit don't replace nothing. That shit don't replace nothing. And I say this shit to Moors over and over, and they get mad at me. And I say, fuck it. And that's how I feel. These motherfuckers watch these YouTube videos and shit. Like somebody met on the internet got some power to nationalize you or denationalize you. You finna give these people all your information. Where you think it's going? Where? They finna try to open up some fake ass lines of credit and tell you that, oh, we don't pay taxes. And then all the motherfuckers got caught up for tax evasion. The consulate book, them niggas got caught up for tax evasion. I ain't gotta say no names. That's all y'all wanna be, is some bums. I said, I don't got that for you, because I ain't no bum. I don't teach that shit. You can't pay me no motherfucking money to make fake ass paperwork. Where you think I'm finna take your information? Where I'm finna take it? Where? I'm a school. I'm a spiritual organization. All my brothers and sisters proclaim and declare have due process. Our ID don't replace nothing. It don't replace a fucking thing. Not one goddamn thing. What do it replace? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? That's why I be saying, man, Moors better be careful. If they think a Moor Science Temple of America do that, go to one and see where the Moor Science Temple of America do that. Some status correction and do all this shit and correct your birth certificate and all that. If they do, you should be afraid of that shit. That shit crazy. I asked Moors where they get that stuff from. I said, show me in our teachings where you can get that. No more can show me that stuff. And then I asked you, are you a member of the Moor Science Temple of America? I say, show me your Moor Science Temple of America ID. If you got an ID from the temple like I do, and that's, whatever you say you teaching something, the bylaws and the divine creed, you wrong as shit. If you telling people that 10-10-9-9 is some trust fund at the end of the rainbow, you wrong as shit. If you telling people that 8822 number, that CMB shit, some goddamn get out of jail free card, you definitely wrong as shit. I ain't here to belittle nobody. I'm just like, man, I'm just here to making sure nobody don't go in no burning house. If I say I graduated from these universities at a certain time, and you can look in the archives and find everybody in that class but can't find me, that mean I fucking lied. There ain't no other way. Ain't nobody made no goddamn. It's always a mistake. Ain't no mistake. Ain't no lawgiver. Or because I'm registered in the Library of Congress. Hell, Nas shit is in the Library of Congress. Is a Nas album registered in the fucking Library of Congress? That don't mean Nas album no fucking law. Goofy ass niggas. Excuse my candor, man. But that's how they gonna talk to you when you locked up. Next to the European, talk about, oh yeah, I'm some more sovereign citizen. You're gonna be right next up to the European that did the same goofy shit you did. Pull it up. These Europeans got all these YouTube videos making a mockery of these goofy Negroes. And the Europeans that do it. Hell, they had it on one of them little crime shows the little ex-military people, like, we're sovereign citizens. There's none of the other. We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. I'm not traveling. I'm not doing all this same shit Morris be saying. So what's special? What make you special than them? See? So that's where I'll be laughing. I'm like, okay, so what make you special, different than the European that's saying it? So you saying you some foreign national, you're not American, you a foreign national. What the fuck that got to do with you driving? Well, if you're a foreign national, how you here? Man, do you got to do it with citizenship? Yes or no? That's why I be saying, man, like, it's too simple. Morris want somebody to sell him something so bad. And I didn't know that shit was still going on. I mean, I said Morris can't be listening to nothing I'm saying. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm saving people lives. I did lectures Morris confused on navigating. I did this shit. I did this shit that no one can nationalize and denationalize. You got to change it from the descendant nature of your foremothers and forefathers. I showed y'all the 10-10-9-9 ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. I showed y'all the AA22 never know me. I've showed all this shit over and over and over, and it still comes out every time. And people say how the prophet taught. Show me where the prophet taught that shit. Because I can wait. And I say people confused on what the prophet said. People confused on national name and annexation. People confused. They keep coming with some status correction and change it. So I say, what you changing? I ask people this, what you changing? You finna go make a grand appearance and do what? To do what? To do what? To do what? And Morris get mad. I say, see, man, I don't deal with that anger now, testosterone. I done seen what happened to grown men. I done seen what happened to all the Moors when I first moved to Arizona, came to my temple, and I tried to help them, and Moors still wanted to follow that dumb shit. What happened to all of their asses? Everyone. Everyone. And then when Moors see me, some of them be like, man, hey, can I tell you, you can't say shit to me. I told people what's going to happen. I said, dude, when you do criminal shit, it's repercussions. You reap for everything you sow. Every fucking thing. That's why I tell Moors, man, in a court of law, you can't act like you ain't know. You can't act like no fucking brainwash. I told people they be getting fraudulent concealed, and Moors don't even want to be taking the time to look up what the fuck I be saying. Think this shit is a joke. Be writing motherfucking P.O. box. I say, okay, that P.O. box shit gonna have your ass mail fraud. I told y'all, man, it's only one way to do this shit. Not the right way. It can be done the right way. It can be done the right way. The proclamation and declaration already been done, already been signed by local jurisdictions. All Moors got to do, really, the right ones, is upgrade it. And then if it's that serious, we take it to the war courts. As a people, everything else, man, no man, no God man, no more science temple have the power to nationalize or denationalize. That'll change you from the descendant nature of your foremothers and forefathers. No man, no God man, no more science temple has the power to nationalize or denationalize. I said that over and over. And if you think, go to the Moorish Science Temple of America and ask them the same shit that Moorish be telling them. Tell them all the shit that these motherfuckers be emailing me. Gee, I want to nationalize it, and I say, dude, I don't know where's you getting this shit from. What the prophet said, the prophet didn't teach no shit like that. But if that's what you're looking for, it's places you can find that. Ask my muftis. I don't have members, and people done got their ass, and then got their ass all messed up, and then be looking stupid with that dumb look. I say, I told what you thought was gonna happen. You think I'm gonna lie to you? I be telling more how that shit gonna play out. If any of my muftis on here, they'll tell you. If any of my muftis on here, they'll tell you. I'm like, this gonna happen. Even some of my And some of my movies in their younger times experience as we were going through this had to halt. So we got real men and real experience. That's what I'd be laughing. I'm like, hey man, this is a gift of choice. I ain't making nobody deal with me. When we talk about our prophet said be industrious, yeah, he did. He ain't say be no criminal. Industrious, you know what that means? If the prophet had schools and grocery stores and all this shit, you got to show me where some criminal shit. You think they're driving their grandmother and them and all the people around in motherfucking cars with no plates and shit with some bullshit on it that you just made? And then some people in some area say they Morris counseling. Who made them Morris counseling? And LaShawn, will you give me a water, baby? What? You know what I mean, man? I ain't on here like, okay, man, I can do this, I can do this. If I was from criminal, I could have been done that, man. I've been doing this shit way too long. Years and years and years and years and years. You know? That shit be crazy to me. Gratitude, Mo. Thank you, my love. But real talk, man. And I'll be like, dude, I don't have nothing to sell you. Like if I sold you something, then I mean you don't know who you are. Then that mean I can't teach you nothing. If I can sell you something. It's like some people saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. It's just not common. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If it's willing to learn, or if that man or woman is willing to learn. We just have to be willing. Excuse me, y'all. We just have to be willing to admit we messed up. That's why we in the flesh, when we can get it right. I understand when we in the land annoying, especially when we be excited. You know, our own people will play on our lack of or our excitement. They'll see dollar signs in their eyes instead of a chance to a teaching moment. They'll see dollar signs instead of a teaching moment. That's why I block so many people. Ask my muftis. Man, I could have been on the scam and shit like all these more. Oh, I make ID, I do this. I could have been. I travel all of Vegas. Man, you can go on my YouTube page. I was in the middle of Vegas one day when I ran into a person. I don't say names. They were like, man, I've seen you, man. You a teacher, this, that, and the other. I said, yeah, man, I'm always out here. I said, yeah, you be standing where Nick got from there. He said, yeah, we gonna be. I said, wait. I said, no, you meet me right here. Y'all can pull it up on YouTube. I'm live right on the strip. I said, man, I'll be right here. I stay right here. Well, you stay right here, yeah? Or who be me? Me. That's who. When I go to universities, academia. And I'm not bragging. I said, so we're going to talk about Sheikh Anadia, Ivan Verserdova, Dr. B, and all this, and all our brothers, peace be among them. But I'm in the flesh. All the books, all the science that anybody can think they have a full library of that. All the historical libraries people be talking about, telling you to go to this bookstore. You ain't got to go there. You ain't got to go there. You can go right here, and I'll give you that stuff for a fraction of the price. But it'll be PDF. You can go to Office Max and Staples, and they'll print them like all the books I'll be showing you. When you connect it to me, I give you the stuff cheaper than on my company page. Why? Because I'm an organization. So I do that for anybody. Any book that you think, you go on my Instagram page, all them ancient books on Age Lonnie Moore's book club. I got it under my brother's name. You know, he passed some years ago. But and on my IG page, Morris Haberdashery, you can go in there and look. I have a plethora of wisdom. I have it. I've read it. I've lectured it on college campuses. I share it with my muftis. That's why I say it ain't nothing new under the sun. I know who we are and all that. That's great. But then it is those that can be saved by grace from faith. Like I ain't that crazy. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes back to this nationality and all this stuff, Morris, don't let nobody get you caught up in that. That shit don't mean nothing. It's one nationality, many cultures. Just like the uniting of Asia in our Moorish Quran. Africans, all so-called Africans, all those Asiatics, it ain't just you. It ain't just the so-called African per se. Per se. Please stay in context. You can't get like that. I get it. Because from history and historicalness, you can use what's written. You can use all the research to debunk any Eurocentric or Negrocentric propaganda. I don't care how you want to call it, what you want to call it. Negrocentric, Eurocentric. I got time to be arguing over no religious books. Of who it is and who the Jews. I get it. It ain't no argument with me. Because I can do this scholastically. I already done this. Documented on campus. Oral dissertation. Years ago. I think it was what? 2014. Might have been 2017. I have to look in the archives. But all those books, like the 13th Tribe, Harold Colander, the International Jew by Henry Ford, the Jewish Encyclopedia, like all those books, man. And then a lot of the other so-called Jewish, the Talmud, the Zohar, a lot of the other Jewish books that I don't talk about, like the Book of Mormon, the View of the Hebrews, a lot of those books I can just pull all together. But I don't even have to pull a book that was written by someone saying what it is. I can use their so-called commentaries. And not just a line. I give it to you verbatim. All those books that was written that I share, like in the 1880s and all that I share on IG, that I share with my muftis. That ain't nothing new. When people talk about this Jew stuff, like I say, man, when you can adapt and you're under the triple rose, understanding all the rights, the Paraclete, the Fatimite, the so-called Jerusalem, the Christian right per se, man, you have to understand all that. And that's what I tell people, man. I studied all the texts, not like this, but that was my life. Like understanding more science is understanding that God and man is one. Everything else is different facets of law. But I have a root and a makeup, which is IDMR, which is I show people all the charts, how man is made in the image of Elohim, how man is made in the image of the tabernacle without hands. I break all this stuff down, peace be among one of my elders and prophets that was in the flesh, Dr. Henry Clifford Kinley. But everything else, man, we shouldn't be arguing. You shouldn't be sitting up here arguing with someone saying who they not. And in their books, they tell you exactly who they are and how they converted, by faith. What's the argument? If what's understood, it don't need to be argued or nothing. Or just say, see what? The Bible been telling, like, matter of fact, I don't even need none of those books. I can just stick with the Bible and show you what the follower of Yahshua, all of the scriptures, when we wore our turban. We wore our bonnet, which is under my turban, which they call a kufi. And we wore a turban, we even had a jewel on it. And then we wore our kuthra, or tunic, long, cotton or silk, with our girdle on it. And then the royal priest had the embroidery around here. So a lot of their attire ain't right doing all that arguing. They out looking like the motherfucking sea monster. Looking like the Leviathan. I show you this shit in the Bible. If we said we going by the laws and the commandments, all this, well, I just broke down how to dress. And we had our talents. You know the talents I have? My Hebrew talents. That's long, to hang, with the fringes on it. It says it in the biblical scriptures. Why they don't pull all that shit out? Why you don't put it all out? Because see, you have more than that stuff Hebrew. What about the Levites? What about the royal priesthood? What about the royal priesthood? What that I just explained? The royal priesthood that I can pull out in all tablets and all that. What about the Hebrew priests, the prophets and pharaohs that came from Jerusalem? It was two. It's all in the teachings. It's all the synchronicity. And then if they say Dr. Ben was their so-called elder teacher, or Dr. Ben gave you Africa's and Christianity's African roots, didn't it or didn't it not? If not, then that's fucking checkmate. So then you contradiction all in all. How can you have a teacher and go against all the teachings to prove some goofy point? And I can show you all. If you go on my Instagram page, just like all my Moors got the tablets, I show that Torah, all that shit, Egyptian hieroglyphics. I break it all down, synchronize it. But if you're gonna diss one, you're gonna diss the other. But a lot of us just not learned enough because we be trying to set trip. And I say this shit is too easy. And the Europeans continue to laugh at us. You don't think you're looking at your brother. You say, oh, you gotta be this, you gotta be this. And it's one nationality, many cultures. Oh, so you're gonna say, oh, somebody that's Bantu and wear this, or somebody that's Yoruba, or somebody that's Zulu, or somebody that's a different tribe, and or somebody that wear a different tapi or a different tarbouche, or they might call it a different name, Choctaw, if they from Nigeria, the Igbo or Igbo, or they might call it something else. Or you might be a Mordine. You might be a Mordine, or you might be dealing with Credo Matua. And you gonna say, well, you got to be that, or you got to be this. Nah, man. No. Hell no. You don't understand about elders. You don't understand about wisdom. You don't understand about having that wisdom, that understanding, going back to your tribe, educating the tribe, building it up to be economically successful on their own, and build the schools and build the spiritual house so they don't have to go outside nowhere, and then do the stuff in-house and go in from out, not out from in. See, this is too simple. And these is keys. These is keys, man. I say that all the time. These is keys. I've been telling more of this shit for so long. I done seen so many more get in trouble, get locked up, come to Arizona. And I'm like, dude, this gonna happen. What? Boom. As soon as they get out here, boom. Especially when Sheriff Apaya was, I forget his Apaya with the tent city. When that shit was out here a couple of years, man. So you can't come out here like that, desert. Anytime you say something crazy on the internet that's being watched, they got a whole task force. I tell people this shit. I show people the 2020 domestic terrorist list. I show people all my moves. I showed them that shit. I shared. I said, you see? I said, this shit is free information. Yeah. Look at it. So why would you want to be associated with some shit that's associated with overthrowing the government? Why? Tell me why. That's what I ask my brothers and sisters. Please think about what you're doing. Because the only people that get hustled dealing with this science is those that want to get hustled. Nobody can nationalize you and denationalize you. Nobody can make you something. Don't have nobody tell you to go get no silver notes and go register this and write some motherfucking promos, Marshall, and give up your operator's license and you drive trucks. And then people want to get on the internet and say, well, these people got family and this and that. Well, you weren't thinking about your family when you did that criminal shit. You weren't thinking about your family when all y'all did that dumb shit. You want to think about all that shit when you on the internet like you some lawyer and y'all on here motherfucker reading Black Law Dictionary and teaching talking about nationality and all this shit, and now these motherfuckers got these court-appointed attorneys and they get ready to go to court jury by trial. So we finna see how it go. We finna see, do these people defend themselves, or do they got court-appointed attorneys that then plead to a lesser charge, or did they hire a lawyer that they act like they know more than? Let's see. Let's see, and let's see if all the ones that be on TikTok and on the videos with them that be saying, see this law, this, see this law, this, see this law, this, all that shit. And I ain't talking about nobody specific. I'm saying all the motherfuckers. Excuse my candor. Let's see if they're gonna be defending them in their best interest. And I guarantee you, none of the motherfuckers are gonna be there. So why would you listen to that? It's just like if you in a household with somebody that's in that motherfucker to read all these goddamn law books all motherfucking day, right? And you get say some minor shit, right? With all that said, how do you feel about Brother Truth? I don't even know who Brother Truth, bro. Nobles. I don't even know. I can't speak on people. I don't feel no way about nobody. Noble. I swear. Everybody say some good stuff. I promise you. That's how we all get to situations and listen to things because it's something that attracts us to that. So I don't feel no way. All I say is people. That's all I have. I don't care what nobody else teaching. If it's good for some people, that's making them great. Whatever it is, if it's Hebrewism, Egyptism, Christianism, whatever it is, fine. But if all I'm saying, if a person teaching stuff to get people in trouble, to file this and do all that, and it's not working and it ain't really what it is, that's all I'm saying. But I don't really, I don't know who Brother Truth is. No, to be honest. To be honest with you, I don't know who Brother Truth is. But if Brother Truth is teaching good stuff, peace be among Brother Truth. You know, but I don't know who Brother Truth is. No apologies on that. I don't know. But that's all I have. That's all I have. It's a whole bunch of brothers that speak science. It's nothing new under the sun. That's why I said I'm all with the uniting of Asia. I'm all with it. But when Moore's teaching all that other stuff about they can file this and they can do this and they can get you this and they can have you do this and do this and you can get all that, man, I'm not with no shit like that. But no matter what a person religious said is, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with my Nawabian brothers. I'm cool with my 5%er brothers. I'm cool with my Hebrew Israelite brothers. I'm cool with Christian people. I'm cool with my Jewish people. I'm cool with my Comeditan people. I'm cool with my Nation brothers. I'm cool with my 5%er brothers. I'm cool with my Crips and Blood brothers. I'm cool with my brothers that ain't in there. I'm cool with my fraternity brothers. I mean, so that's how I roll. And I say we all teaching something if we, raising up people in their own right, if that's a person's mission. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Some people don't like certain people's method. I'm not here to judge a person's methods or whatever it is. But anything else, when it comes down to that nationalizing and doing this and following that, can't nobody do none of that for you. But it's a lot of brothers that speak science. It's a brother that I share videos of a lot of times. Kimu, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a lot of brothers that spit some science. I know a couple of brothers that a lot of people that I don't know even that lectured at Harvard that I had the honor to get in contact with. That lecture at Harvard, Cambridge, Oxford. All the time. Actually, once I renew my passport, I will be showing more as I travel again. When I say I go to academia, I done that shit all out here in Arizona. Went back home to Flint, Michigan, and do it. I lecture at my college, alma mater, Grand Canyon University, every Wednesday to a group of students, and then I auction off. Well, not auction. After it, I just give books for donations. So yeah, man, it's a lot of dope brothers, man. I love all the dope brothers. It's a lot of dope brothers, and I don't have time to name the dope brothers, but a lot of the brothers that I know, they really don't. They don't have a whole bunch of views and shit. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, I love y'all, man. Spend time with your family. Tomorrow we're gonna have an amazing adapt class. We're gonna pop out some history on here. I said, Morris, all you gotta do is give a $20 donation. You can get this science. I'm telling you, it's here. I mean, it's gonna blow your mind. And I mean, I give everybody gratitude and love. And with that being said, man, remember, I love y'all. I'm not here to debate with no one. And man, I hope y'all just join us, man, as Allah puts it on your heart to see what we all about and see how we teach. And I don't have nothing else for you, man, but I hope I answered everybody's question the right way. And I hope I've been respectable to everyone. But yeah, peace. Yeah, let me find it. Wait, I gotta see what my man's name is. But you said I want to look him up. Let me see what his name. How you feel about Brother Truth? Okay, I'm gonna look Brother Truth up and see who Brother Truth is. And then next time I pop on here, I at least can say, hey man, I looked up Brother Truth and he dope. Because that's what I'm looking forward to say. When I look Brother Truth up, I'm hoping I'm sure I'm gonna say he dope if you recommended him on that level. So with that being said, man, I give y'all gratitude, I give y'all love and peace and honor.